What's up, everybody? Rolling in a little bit after the hour today. Who was first? What's up, Acid Bat? Luminous Cloud, hey yo. Silver Knobs. NSML, hi. Tip Sam. Hey, Paul Vanderver. Down in Southwest Florida, nice. Eric Emery, first time, real time. Great to have you join us. Hey, you were at Dubspot, that's great. Nice to have you here. Josh Holiday, what's up? Satenko, Martin Crockett, Mikhail Bolshansky. Who else is in here? I already, Lie Society, yeah, good. David Bora. Jan Kalinowski, nice. From Germany, what's up? I think we're just about down the list. Anybody else am I missing? You all are like talking about Florida and meeting up, and that's great. DJ Normal Norman, nice, thank you. Glad you think this is a sick tune. It is one of mine. It's on Tronic, I believe, if I get all my releases straight in my mind. So yeah, what's up, Josh Holiday? Happy holidays. It's almost the holiday time. And I guess, yeah, it's about time to get going. So let's bring it on in. What's up, everybody? It's Electro Saturday today with yours truly, John Selway, here in the studio at 343 Labs. And yeah, it's been busy around here. We've been having events and there's classes. Actually, we're wrapping up a lot of classes, you know, for the end of the year and starting another round after the holidays in the new year. So yeah, that's what we do here at 343 Labs in New York and in Berlin and online. We do music production courses, Ableton Live, Logic, synthesis and sound design, which is what I've been mostly teaching lately. Abe Duque, of course, are the one we miss so dearly from now that he stopped his Fridays streams. He's still around. He's still teaching. So and we got a good crew in New York. We got a good crew in Berlin. And as always, you want to know more about the courses we've got. You know, this would be a good time to sign up for the January courses that are starting. And you know, related to this stream, which is, you know, more on the techno and electro side of things, we've been doing more genre-specific things, and I've got a short online course, 6 sessions, just on making techno. What? Techno. Sorry, that was weird. Beginner-oriented, right? But, I mean, open to anybody, because basically, you know, just going over some different ways to get started making techno. Maybe you've already started making music, and you're trying to kind of figure that out. You know, how to find your sound, find your style, and sort of some basics of doing that. So think about it. Again, link in the description. Now, I believe Thomas is going to be putting up a link pretty soon. We're doing an event here on Sunday. This is sort of a last-minute thing, but we're doing, for those of you who might be in the New York area and you're part of the 343 community, we'd like to welcome you here to our location. We're having a bit of a holiday get-together on Sunday. You know, I'll be here, Abe will be here. I think most of our New York local instructors are going to be here. And I'm teaching a synth class right up until 6, and then we're going to hang out right about 6:30. So, yeah, again, if you're in the New York area and you want to come and meet and greet and say happy holidays and learn more about what we do here in person, you're invited. So check out that link when it'll be pinned here in the chat at some point, right? And we'll remind you again later in the show. Let's check in and see what's going on in the chat. Luminous Clouds is talking about binaural beats. Binaural beats. That's an interesting, I like that. I mean, people think what you will about psychoacoustics and how frequencies affect the mind and body, but binaural beats are cool sounding, and it's a great thing to experiment with. I don't want to get lost in a rabbit hole. Maybe on another chill out, ambient oriented stream coming up, maybe we'll experiment with binaural beats. and explain what that means. But that's cool, and glad that you're getting on with the Tree Tone and Emit. Luminous Cloud. Netrunner's like, hey, what's happening? What's happening? We're just chatting. This is just the top of the show. We're just getting warmed up. I'm checking in with you guys in the chat to see what you're talking about. Let's see. Matsky is in Scotland. Welcome. And DJ Simply Nice is here. Happy Saturday. And let's see. Limousine Full of H. You've been around in here in the chat before. That sounds familiar. Hey there. Looking forward to some electro heat. I'm right now playing around with Tal sampler and chopping up soul record breaks, trying to emulate a Kai S1000. Yeah. That's cool. That's a good idea. You know, every now and then I'll do sort of sample-oriented production, of course. And actually today's a little bit sample-oriented once we get into that. But that's cool. Glad you're here, Limousine. Full of H. Interesting name. Hey, Regular Freestyle Videos is back here too. All right. So let's see. What are we doing today? I'm doing another sort of starting from scratch, walking on a tightrope kind of. Let's see what happens today. This time, I've been wanting to do this for a little while, but some of you who might be into like video games, retro video games, or are as old as I am and played video games as a kid in the 80s might know about Robotron. Right, that's what's right. I've got this web app opened up, and some really, nerdy, cool guy who knows how to code built an implementation of the sound wave generator function from Robotron 2084. This game was manufactured by a company called Williams, and I remember, I think they also did maybe Defender, I think. But the sounds, like these are just like these intense, crazy, low bit, the most electro sounding thing ever. Like it's so intense. I've got it running through live. You should be able to hear this. But basically, it starts out with just some presets, and these are presets of some of the sounds that were actually from the video game. I don't know if you guys heard that directly. Let me know if that's coming through all right. So that's one sound. We've got... Yeah, I'm actually... You know what? I just realized. I think you're just getting that maybe a little bit through the mic, and it's probably not sounding right. So let's fix that. Let's get the correct stream output plugins rack loaded up here in Ableton Live, which is, normally what I have ready to go before we start, but hey, it happens. So let's try that again. Oh my God. Turn down the levels. It's a little intense. All right. What's this one? Okay, I love it. To me, this sounds like electricity. It sounds like you stuck your finger in a socket and you're like frying, like your brain is frying. And then like it's so super nostalgic for me, like being a kid and hearing these sounds and playing this game. I mean, it was so futuristic and so intense, and they're so like not like no one's ever done 8-bit video game music before, and plenty of people have made electro with these kinds of sounds. Not like this is anything new, but I still want to do it. I want to try to take some of these sounds and sample them. Now, the benefit here, you can already get samples from the game. Like if you search on Google, you can find WAV files or whatever of all sorts of old video games, and they sound just like this. The difference here is that this one we can actually make our own sounds using this sound generator. We can change these numbers, and this is completely like, I have no idea what does what. We're going to have to figure this out. But basically, we can make our own new Robotron-like sounds by playing with this app. So, and then, we'll just record that to audio, put a beat on it. We'll see how it goes. Again, I'm experimenting with this with you guys, and let's have a little fun with it. What's this preset sound like? All right, that's good. Actually, it's got rhythm to it. I already just want to take that sound as it is and put that on a beat. I think that'll be great. Let's see. Oh, you all want to know what that website is called? Toby's asking. Let's see. Let me see if I can get this. There it is. I'm gonna zoom in on it for you guys here, but it's and I'll type it into the chat. I think It might. I'm gonna type it in without the dots so YouTube doesn't block the link. And then you guys will be able to go check it out for yourselves. And be careful. This website produces audio over 0 dB. It's like crazy clipping. It's really loud. So turn your headphones down before you press play on this website. All right, definitely. Okay, so that's the website. You guys have it. Just fill in the dots in between SpaceJack and GitHub and IO, and then take the spaces away from the slash, and then that will load up correctly. All right. So let's get into this a little bit. I'm going to just try to capture some sounds in Ableton Live. And all right, let's just first hit record here. Let's arm the track. Hit record. All right, I'm gonna leave that beat off for a second. I'm just going to capture the presets. All right, there's that one. Preset 2. And again, these are like from the game, right? Or like used in the game. That's my favorite one, I think. And this is the one that's a little more rhythmic. I could use that as a bass element. And let's see what this one's doing. Man, I love how that sounds. All right, so now let's explore like a little bit what this thing is doing. What happens if I change some numbers? What does it say here? The following values are inputs for the function. B1 to B7 are byte values, so 8 bits, all right. U1 is short 16 bits, but it tells you that it's 8-bit or 16-bit, but it doesn't tell you what the values do. So, all right, let's see what happens if I change this to, I don't know, 255. That didn't really change anything, did it? All right, what happens if I go, let's change another one. I'm gonna put that back to 0. Let's make this one higher. I don't know, 500. Same thing. What are these actually doing? Maybe some of you guys out there know, oh, there we go. Right, so I increased that number high enough and it started going from a higher pitch and then kind of, I don't know what it's modulating down somehow. What happens if I put in 1,000? Will it even let me? No, it's, okay, I can only do that many digits. Let's do 999. All right, nothing happened there. It's so weird doing this without any knowledge of how the code works. You guys are going to be so sick of these noises by the end of this hour. So I'm not loving what that's doing. Right, let's try changing whatever B3 is. Let's change that to 20. All right, that's increasing. It's repeating faster. That's cool. What happens if I put like 1? All good. That sounds like hard sync, right? That sounds like the pitch modulation of 2 synced sawtooth waves. That's cool. All right, what happens if I do a lower I don't know if I've tried a lower number on B2. It's sounding pretty video game-like, isn't it? Let's mess around with 255. Let's change that to something lower. This is so trial and error. Something's coming. Something's coming to get me. I love it. All right, this is a good one. Whatever this is doing is good. Let's try a really low number on that one. Oh, shoot. I feel like a kid again, guys. This is great. All right, I got to learn how to make some different sounds. Now, all right, let's do this. Let's start from another preset. Let's go back to this guy. And now we'll change some of these numbers. That's cool. All right, actually, that one's great. I'm gonna stop. We've captured a bunch. We'll probably go back and do some more. But all right, that's all audio. Now we can start playing around with it. And man, how are we doing? Are your brains fried yet? Because these sounds are so intense. Kriok saying, never seen something that needed a random button so much. I know, right? Like, let's write the developer. There's a GitHub for this. And actually, if anybody out there actually does coding, this is open source. You can go to the GitHub and like make your version of it and add a random generator to those for those numbers. It can't be that hard. I mean, all right, I don't know how to do it, but one of you guys knows how to do that, right? I'm sure, or you know someone that does. Let's make that happen. Let's make a random button for this for the open source Robotron sound generator. Cool. Let's see. Now that last one. Okay, look at that. They're just bricks. That's how loud this shit is. Excuse my language. This isn't a show for kids. It's fine, right? So let's zoom in here. I'm gonna take that last one. There's no dynamics at all. I hope this recorded all right. Let's see. Like, how am I even going to be able to edit this? I can't even see where the peaks are. You can kind of see it, right? Let's bring the volume down on that. I'm going to do -6. All right. Now, what I'm hoping to do is make a loop out of this. That looks evil. That is an amazing looking waveform. All right, I'm going to see if I can make a loop out of this. And all right, so we need to set the end. I don't know how well quantized this is. Like, I don't know how this is clocked out. Like, what are these pulses? Interesting. At the very end there, it's like a square wave, and at the very beginning, it's a clipped square wave is what we're seeing here. It's a little sawtooth looking that way. All right, let's see if we can get a loop going on this. I gotta warp it. I hope warping doesn't mess it up. Those of you who don't like video game noises, sorry. All right, there's a transient. Let's set 1 there. And then we'll set our loop there. But like, how are we even counting this? It's almost like a 6/8 or something. It's not. We're gonna have to kind of be a little arbitrary about this, and this is a tricky. A little bit of a tricky kind of musical / sound design problem was, figuring out the timing of this and making it work. So it might help to put it on a beat. And I'm counting this out. Here I am making problems for myself live in front of everybody. All right. Instead of being polymetric with it, how about this? I'm going to turn a loop on. I'm just going to make it 1 bar long, and then we can try like warping to the tempo perhaps. Now, all right, let's see how it sounds just uncorrected. And it's not absolutely horrible. All right, so at least live is detecting some transients, which is amazing because like there's no dynamic range to this hardly at all. All right. I feel like I need a lot of work to make this like the way I want it to. Another thing we can do, and just sort of instead of thinking about the old school way, the new school way of warping is I could try to transpose the pitch of it a little bit to see how that. Let's try and slow it down. That got lucky. All right, that's more like it. That's slowing it down to fit the tempo rather than warping it. I'm keeping the original timing, but trying to just transpose it to slow it down to fit the tempo I'm at. All right, so let's try this. I'm going to try to turn warping on again. And okay, I think I've got a 2-bar loop out of this. Let's see if that's true. Still a little bit, the warping's messing it up a little bit. Right, I'm not sure if I like that or having it go unwarped. Yeah, it's like messing it up, right? Right, so why don't we do this? I'm going to do warp from here straight with no warp markers and change it to complex. What? I'm really screwing this up. Thanks for bearing with me. All right, definitely. That's working. I feel like this Live's having a hard time figuring this audio out. All right, maybe I'll resample it. All right, I'm gonna move that a little bit longer. I'm gonna turn resampling on. Actually, no, let's route the out from that audio track, from audio track 3 into audio track 4. All right, now I have a warped audio clip with the audio playing the way I want to, and that should loop correctly, I think. Let's find out. Okay. Finally, how are we doing? Let's check in with the chat for a minute. That was really deep. That was really nerding out on making that work, just that one sound. Shorten loop. Use the pew as a reference point to sing techno. Yeah, that's Luminous Cloud. That's what I was trying to listen for, actually, is listening for the high frequency. That's the most percussive part of it, right? I was trying to listen for that. But I also wanted to hear some of the lower notes. And but yeah, you're right. I feel like the concentration level I need to get this right quickly is something I would do not streaming live. So anyway, but we're getting there. We're getting there. Limousine full of H is saying, just put a hard sidechain compression on it, and then you've got on. Yeah, that's true. You can force a non-rhythmic thing to have rhythm and dynamics by that's amplitude modulation, right? And maybe we might still do that to create more variation. And let's see, highlight the wave and control U. Yes, I know. There's all the shortcuts that go right out of my brain when I'm doing this. All right. Supermark says, I think this all proves we are traitors and are supporting the robot revolutionaries. Okay, if you say so. Maybe that's the name of this track. Thank you. We can call this something like the Robot Revolutionaries or whatever. I like that name. Okay. And yeah, I was noticing when I put the Complex Pro on, it kind of freaked it out. And it's interesting to hear what that does to this like insanely like pure digital waveform that was created. So yeah, it kind of freaked out. And part of that is just because of the timing, like the warping, it was smearing it, right? And that's not what we wanted. We want this to start to be sharp. Okay. I think I've had too much coffee today, guys. I think that's why I keep like stumbling over my words and saying stupid things. At least it's hopefully mildly entertaining. Paul, yeah. We'll get the website back in. Actually, can one of you actually please copy the website back in there? Or maybe if Thomas does it, if 343 Labs account does it, we can actually put the real link in there. And let me just remind Thomas, if you're listening, hopefully we need that link for the invite to the party on Sunday. All right. Let's play around again. All right, so that's one sound. That took way too long to make one sound. I mean, I feel like that could be like the main element of a track. But, you know, it needs some more playing around. Let's see what else we got that we captured. There's that rhythmic one that was just a preset that I liked. Maybe we can try to make that one work as well. So, hello, where's the start? Oh, here we go. It's so weird looking at these square waves, just like these clipped, like how can I even tell what is what? Right, I kind of like that one just how it is. That's similar to what we just had. Okay. I feel like some of these need to be chopped up into one shots. All right, and these are also tuned down. That's what I wanted. That just sounds tight as heck. Maybe for this one, let's do this. I'm going to throw this one into a simpler instead of messing around with the loop. And I can kind of re-trigger it, play around with it a little bit rhythmically. It's also kind of already in the right tempo in a way. So, all right. Let's make a MIDI track. Let's open up, well, we'll just drag that onto the MIDI track here. And it should have the start and end correct. All right, now we can kind of throw that in there. Okay. I'm not going to be too crazy complicated. I'm going to try to stick to electro, I don't know, archetypes. Just whatever works. Just like last week, I was just trying to go with the flow of whatever worked in the moment and my first impression. And if it's good, if it's good enough, it's good enough. You can always refine it later. Add another one. Little variation. It's funny, even though it's like you can see that it's right there. It's like right on the transient. It doesn't sound super, super sharp. But I want it to be more percussive, like that. Maybe I just have to do I need a shorter MIDI note length to make it really, really, really tight. Oh, and it's not even quantized, of course. Let's do that. Because these robots are perfectly in sync. There's no humanize function, right? These robots are like super mechanical. There we go. What? All right, that just gave me an idea. All right, I'm gonna use Live's MIDI note length plugin to play with that, to automate that. So let's throw the note length on there. And I could do this with editing. I could do this with automation as well, now that I think about it. Basically what I'm saying is I have control over the length. Yeah, never mind. All right, forget the MIDI part. Let's automate the length of the sample. Let's see if it'll work either way. But the idea is I want to be able to have it increase the length of the notes. I mean, I can also just do it manually like that, but I want to be able to continuously modulate it. So like even with an LFO or a MIDI controller or something like that. So actually, let's go back to the longer notes. So I can do this. See what it's doing? All right. The idea was better than the result. I think the concept seemed to be more interesting. I need to work on the shape of the sound a little bit more. But so that was one way of doing it. And then the other one was taking this note length effect and just that's actually a little better. It actually sounds good when they're overlapping. Do you hear that? Okay. All right, maybe they need to switch. All right, I think arrangement-wise, that could work. Where that's one section, and then A, B, just back and forth. All right, getting lots of suggestions in the chat. Let's take another little breath, give our ears a break from that mental laser into your brain kind of sound going on. And let's see. Supermarks has got lyric ideas. I am the Robotron Wave. I digitize your crave. Okay, that's something. Let's see. Wave Morpher suggesting combined with more bass. Yeah, definitely. This needs some shaping. It needs some sound design. It needs some to be a little. It's so bright. Some sub would be good. I definitely agree. Simple Sam tried to post the links, but they got nuked. Yeah, you can't put the link straight in. You gotta type it in with spaces and remove the dots so YouTube doesn't think it's a URL. I don't know what happened to Thomas. Thomas, where are you? I'm gonna have to text him. We need that link to the holiday party invite for those of you who are in New York. You can come and hang out on Sunday at 6:30. So yeah, let's get that in there. And Wave Morpher is also suggesting it's a very intense element used sparingly. Let it be a call and response with a short decay bass rhythm. Yeah, you're right. I'm already thinking call and response with these two elements, right? It also doesn't have to be as loud. That helps it be less intense. Right? And then someone suggested, who suggested, or maybe you did, using Resonator, something like that. Like, I could put Spectral Resonator on this, and we'll see. Like, what does this sound like? With some more frequencies under it. Is it even? Oh, I'm on the wrong track, maybe. Yeah. Okay. Come here, you. Maybe. We used this the last time we made Electro, didn't we? It does make it sound less video gamey, right? I'm not sure. All right, maybe. It's cool. It sounds cool. That's a maybe. It's okay. Where's my drum bus? This is sort of a semi-randomly loaded up drum kit. I feel like I need just some clean 808, hi-hats on this. Let's see. It's so mono now. Like now that I hear this with this wide stereo resonator effect on there, it kind of I'm torn. I kind of like the raw, old school video game mono, pure sound of the original sound sample. I need to think of some other ways of making that sound fuller and richer without taking away from it. Just going to do a quick 606 hi-hat in there. Eighth notes, just simple. Okay. I'm already going to start arranging it now. I feel like I just want to... Okay, so that's that. I'm a little, I'll be honest, guys. I'm a little scattered this afternoon. There's a lot going on. And it's not the easiest thing in the world to be super creative and on the ball with your music while you're trying to present to a bunch of people on the internet at the same time. So this is what I was going for. Let's see. Let's actually duplicate this a couple of times. And then real simple square arrangement here. I'll go back and make it fancy later. That's cool. Yeah, maybe if I wait for the hi-hat. have some other kind of weird noises. Maybe the robot voices are telling you that they're taking over the world or something, and then okay, I'm still dancing. All right. And then after this, after 32 bars, I need another element. Right? Either going back to this guy with a new thing or a different pattern altogether. What do you guys think? How are we doing? Snare, I'm seeing, snare rolls could be interesting. Acid Bat's like needs robot voices. Absolutely. Netrunner is saying all it needs is that squelch sound I always hear. What is that squelch sound? Is there like a particular track that you know that has that element that you're thinking of in it as an example we can listen to? Because I have no idea. And then Simple Sam, yes, I like the hard raw sound. No need to make excuses. Yes, thank you. I appreciate the support. And the Drex squelch, I'm not sure. I'm not sure what that is. And then, okay, who suggested a Supermark says could be a nice icy pad. Yeah, definitely. I mean, all right, you know what's going to happen? Something cooler and less intense to balance the energy of this could be good. It does there is the risk of making it all too mellow, but as it happens, I did think about having a synth involved. And, maybe we could try I'm going to just throw some presets on rather than diving into sound design. My God, it's almost 2 already. I didn't even realize how fast time is flying. And Galactic Rex says, put a donk on it. I don't think so. Not this time. No donks this week. Maybe we'll have a donk special one of these days. Actually, honestly, no, that's not really a good idea. I don't have Wave Morpher. I don't have the Speak and Spell plugin, but yeah, Speak and Spell vocals, that'd be very a Doppler effect of us, or electroids of us to use the Speak and Spell or Kraftwerk. You know what? I've been thinking, I'm going to say this now. I'm going to say it to you guys because I have to put it out into the universe to make it real. But I have been thinking for months to do like a vocal-oriented, like vocal technique for electro, like not just vocoders, but different ways of processing your voice to do cool electro vocals. And I mean, anything goes really, but like it could be fun. So I'm going to say we're going to do that. Not today because we're almost out of time, but yes. And I'll keep this track on the back burner for adding some vocals to. Maybe we'll bring this back then. All right. So we're almost done. We're almost out of time. Let's go over and load up. Let's go through some sounds. This is actually the newest update of Pigments. Those of you who follow along with synths, and some of you, most of you do, Arturia just announced this week they have this free update to Pigments 4, and they've streamlined the interface a little bit and added some new capabilities, some new presets, some new sounds. And I still need to go through and look at all the little updates. One of the biggest ones for me actually is the drag and drop modulation now. Like you can just, if you see how where it says assign right there, and all I have to do is just drag it, right? And that's, it used to, I don't know if it still you can still do it the other way where you can like select the parameter and then click on this ring around the edge and increase or decrease the amount of modulation, right? But I feel like this was one of the things that was missing from the interface that should have been there from the beginning. So I'm really glad that Arturia added the drag and drop. That just makes it so much more clear. We use Pigments to teach synthesis on here at 343 Labs. And I always have to like go through extra steps to explain to the class with Pigments how to assign modulation. And now I'll just be like, click and drag. And that is so much more straightforward. So thank you, Arturia, for updating that. I appreciate that. Anyway, let's go through let's check out some of the new presets that are in that come along with or are available along with Pigments 4, and I'm going to pick this Wavelengths Cinematic. I feel like a cinematic pack is going to give us some good, interesting atmospheric pads or things like that. So, all right, we'll go pad, and let's just check some out. And that's the wrong MIDI track, so let's change our MIDI track so I can actually play it. All right, it's already dark and spooky. And now what key are we in? Roughly that note. Yeah, we could do like a simple kind of classic Electro / Kraftwerk / Anthony Rother kind of melody in the background. That could work. We just got to find the right sound. Let's see. Let's go through a couple more presets. I could go with that. These are nice and clean and bright so far. I mean, even this, like, I mean, that sounds sort of like a little bit of a trancey lead or something, but it's all about how you use it, how you play it. But it's more of the bright. Maybe we need more cool. That's great. I like that. I'm going to keep that. All right. Thank you, Ableton, for saving the MIDI that I didn't remember to record. And right there's got to be deep bass, heavy, like 808 or like a lower, maybe doubling, like making a sub that matches that. Boom, 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 boom. Okay. I feel like, thank you for the pad suggestion. I'm moving more into like sort of lead melody direction, but it's got atmosphere. It's definitely nice contrast with the electric Robotron video game intensity of that sound, that main riff that's happening. So we did good, gang. We did good today. Thank you. Thank you for hanging out with me while we did a little experimenting. I only used 2 of those Robotron sounds. I mean, guys, now you have the, hopefully have shared the link for that. I can show it to, actually, let me just show it to you guys again, just so you know, before we go, that this is what you're Google searching for. It's the Robotron 2084 Soundwave Generator. And the link to, you need to go to the GitHub page first, actually, right here. So this is Space Jack Williams Sound on GitHub, and then there's a little link for online demo. That's the actual link right there. That's the one you want. So anyway, thanks guys for hanging out again this week. And as far as the next stream, I believe we are off. Christmas is almost, the holidays are here. I will be traveling, so no stream on Christmas Eve. Sorry, guys. And no stream on New Year's Eve. So I will see you guys again in January. Looks like Saturday the 7th. And all right, I didn't see if anyone in the chat got if Thomas got the link in the chat for our event on Sunday. So here's what I'm going to suggest, since we have to wrap things up, is maybe we can. I'm not sure how we should handle this, because I guess we can maybe add the link to the RSVP for the party on Sunday here in New York. I guess we could put it here in the description of the video. Anyway, yeah, sorry I don't have a very solid answer for that since I didn't hear back from Thomas about that link. Sorry to tease you with that, but we'll figure it out. We'll get that to you somehow, whether it's just coming back to this page on YouTube and checking the description or some other way. We're going to get the word out. All right, so thanks, guys, everybody. Have a great holiday, and I will see you again next year. All right? Have a good one.
You shut it down.